Hello my dear friends, so welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So today in this video, let's try to understand planet Rahu placement in the 8th house of your astrological birth chart. What will happen when planet Rahu comes and sits in the 8th house, and what are the kind of results this placement is going to provide you. Also, I'm going to cover up the special aspects of Rahu, because Rahu is always going to aspect 5 places away, 7 places away and 9 places away. So what is the overall impact of this placement? Today I'm going to provide you full analysis in this video. See, first of all, let me tell you, this is going to be quite a tricky placement. And let us first understand planet Rahu and the 8th house. See, planet Rahu in Vedic astrology, it represents the level of obsessions that are present inside you. Obsession towards any kind of a thing, obsession towards a relationship, obsession toward acquiring money, monetary gains, name, fame and recognition. So Rahu is that kind of an entity. Also Rahu, it is a very explosive kind of energy. Like it represents the 100% energy. Where is the concentration that is going to be more and more in your life. Also Rahu represents the level of curiosity which is present inside you. The level of cleverness which is present inside your mind. Whenever you want to try something new, whenever you are meeting some foreign people, foreign stranger, foreign traveling, any kind of a foreign element which is coming in your life, that thing is purely seen with Rahu. Apart from this, Rahu also represents all the globalization, new technologies, artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning, and all such kind of things that are represented by the 21st century. That is all seen with this Rahu. It is a planet responsible for thugs, thieves, and it is a very malefic kind of energy. And on the other hand, if I talk about regarding 8th house, it is the very unknown and very mystical house in your life. 8th house represents some kind of unnecessary fears and worries. That is purely connected with the 8th house. Also 8th house, it is the house of your in-laws as well. The relationship with your in-laws, that thing is also seen from 8th house. And 8th house in very mundane terms, it is the house of your longevity as well. The kind of research oriented brain, whether you are going to conduct some kind of a research in your life. So that thing is purely seen from the 8th house. It is a very unexpected and very unknown kind of a house. And similar case with planet Rahu. So whenever these two entities combine, this is very purely unexpected planet, and 8th house is also very mystical. First of all, these individuals have very high level of inclination towards learning the mystical subjects, towards learning astrology, numerology, palmistry. That because the Rahu is in the 8th house, it is going to give you very high level of curiosity inside your mind. But on the other hand, the 8th house represents unnecessary fears, worries and anxieties as well. So that thing is are also going to get intensified in your life. You are going to get more and more fear, worries and unnecessary mental tensions in your life. Because Rahu in the 8th house, sometimes you are going to experience lot of mystical events in your life, which you cannot explain in front of other individuals. It is going to be a purely very mystical kind of experiences. Such kind of hallucinations or fear from something very unknown. So that kind of things this Rahu energy is going to cultivate in the 8th house. Also 8th house, as I told you, it is the house of your in-laws as well. So Rahu placement in the 8th house, it gives some kind of tendencies of cheating in the marriage, especially like whenever you are going for a legal marriage, you look for the life partner. After that you are going to get married. So initially the 8th house of the in-laws, your in-laws might pretend something false picture in front of you, like we are very rich and very wealthy, but after marriage you came to know about the reality of them. Like they are not very rich and wealthy, like they present some kind of a false picture in front of us. So that is the false image of your in-laws that is seen from the 8th house. Also 8th house, it is the house of a research as well. And whenever Rahu is sitting in the 8th house, it is going to take you into some deep research oriented field. Irrespective of your career profession, you are going to be very, very highly likely have full interest in conducting some kind of a deep research as well. Also a lot of secrets that are also connected with their life. And these are the kind of secrets which only they know, and not many individuals know. And depending upon the lord of the 8th house, planet that is governing your 8th house, we can determine that kind of a secrets as well, because it is going to be a very secretive placement. These individuals, they are having multiple personalities, like they pretend something different in front of you, at some other time they are going to pretend some different personality. So that kind of a personality shift, that thing is also seen with this Rahu, because they themselves don't know who we are, and that is why they are going to behave very different in very different situations. Also, if 8th house lord is not very well posited or it is not strong, at some point in your life you are going to feel totally lost in your life, totally lost, like you don't know nothing to what to do and which path to choose in my life. Because Rahu, I will tell you, it is a very rare placement. It's better to have no planet in the 8th house rather than Rahu and Ketu, because Rahu and Ketu in the 2nd and 8th axis, it is a very karmic placement. Also, there are chances present that after death you are going to leave some kind of a legacy in the life, some kind of a research which you have done, or some kind of activities which you have contributed towards the universe, that are going to get lot of famous in your life. Because 8th house Rahu, the life of these individuals is not very stable. It is very unpredictable. I will not say very sudden ups and downs. That thing is present inside their life, but the life pattern is completely unpredictable, very unpredictable. Because 1 minute Rahu is taking you to some different path, second time your Rahu is taking you to totally different path. So that kind of a shifting is purely seen with this Rahu, because here Rahu is aspecting your 4th house as well. With its 9th aspect, Rahu is aspecting your 4th house. It is the house of your homeland as well. It is the house of your happiness as well. So 4th aspect on the 9th aspect on the 4th house, it is going to create a lot of ups and downs in your 4th house as well. The relationship aspect with your family life, that thing is also not going to be very, very cordial, because Rahu, whenever in whichever house Rahu is going to aspect, it is going to create lot of emotional imbalance in that houses as well. So it is going to aspect the 4th house, so that kind of a karmic backlog is purely connected with your family members as well. Also, especially the relationship aspect with the mother, that thing is also not going to be very cordial, and some kind of a secrets are also connected with their mother as well. Also, with its 5th aspect, Rahu is going to aspect your 12th house, and 12th house, it is the house of losses, some kind of expenses as well. So that is why a lot of fluctuations in the expenditure house is also seen in their life. But let me tell you one interesting fact. 12th house, it is the house of imagination and far-sightedness as well. So they are having that kind of a far-sightedness, that kind of a approach towards life. They have the tendency to look beyond something, that kind of imagination or that kind of a far-sightedness. They have the ability to look what is going to happen after 50 years or 100 years. So that kind of a personality this Rahu is going to give them. It is a very good placement if you want to go into any kind of a technical or research field where a lot of research is involved. So that thing is going to be excellent or brilliant for you guys. Also 12th house, it is the house of your bed pleasures as well. And 8th house, that it represents your private parts as well. So they are going to conduct a lot of sexual experiments in their bed pleasures life as well. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Because Rahu is a very mystical planet. They want to try something new. They are having different kind of a taste which is totally different from other individuals. So that kind of unknown, unexpected sexual urges are also going to be seen inside these persons, that are totally uncontrollable. Because Rahu is the explosion of energy, and it is going to explode your 8th house, that 12th house and 4th house as well. Because 4th house also represents the happiness from some kind of a sexual activities, some kind of a pleasures that is seen from the 4th house. So that houses are going to explode in your life, because Rahu is always going to try something new. Here Ketu is posited in the 2nd house, and 2nd house, it is the house of your family and savings as well. See, Ketu in the 2nd house, it is not that much bad, but initially in their childhood days, Ketu is going to separate them from their family members, because Ketu represents detachment. So that kind of a detachment in early on during their childhood days, that thing is purely seen with this Ketu. Second important thing, the childhood days are not going to be very, very good for these individuals. Especially before the age of 16. Rahu in the 8th house, it is going to give you very unpredictable kind of a life. It may give you a lot of sufferings as well, but for that we need to check all the other planetary alignment as well. But this placement somewhere acts as a curse in your life. There is something curse which is connected with this placement, and that is why Rahu and Ketu are posited in this axis. Believe me or not, but let me tell you, this is a pure curse, especially if it is posited in the sign of Scorpio and Aquarius. It is a pure curse in your life. Also, second house, it is the house of your savings as well, like money which you save, or it is the house of your wealth as well. Although Ketu is very good in generating the wealth for a longer duration of time, like especially after 35 and 42, these individuals, they are going to acquire a lot of money and wealth as well. Because Ketu is going to give everything in whichever house it is posited. Although initially it is going to create detachment, but in the later stages, Ketu is going to bless them with every materialistic desire and need. Because on the other hand, Rahu is pulling your whole life towards something mystical and unknown, and Ketu is showing some kind of a detachment from your family members. So that kind of a secludedness, that kind of a loneliness is purely seen in their life. Although like they live in a very sociable kind of an environment, they are having many friends to talk with, but still from the inside, from the very within, they are not fully connected with the outer world. Because Rahu and Ketu, it is showing some kind of a disconnection with your 2nd and 8th house. One energy is pulling you here, second energy is pulling you there. And Rahu is aspecting Ketu. It means Rahu is going to give obsessions as well. Obsessions towards acquiring lot of money as well. Whereas Ketu is representing the detachment. I don't want money and all such kind of a things. So that kind of a tug of war like situation is purely seen with this placement. But if you are having this placement, let me tell you, please worship Lord Shiva. That is going to help you a lot in helping you to transform your life. Because I have seen lot of astrological birth charts with Rahu placement in the 8th house. Their life pattern is going to change drastically. It is not a fixed pattern. Your life is not a fixed pattern, I will tell you. Suppose right now you are doing or working in a 9 to 5 job, but at some time you might become some kind of a very big business owner as well. Because Rahu is having that kind of a energy or tendency to bring some kind of a positive transformation as well. And if you are worshipping Lord Shiva, that thing is going to be excellent in your life. So that's it guys from my side in this video. I hope you like the analysis. If you have any queries regarding your Rahu placement, please contact me at my mail ID. I will respond you back within 48 hours after receiving your email. If you want any other consultation regarding marriage, career, or any other spiritual consultation as well, do let me know. I'm glad to serve you well. Till then, please subscribe my channel below and make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, where I post a lot of stuff related to Vedic Astrology. Till then, take care of yourself and may God bless you. Bye-bye.